Let's get this started.
Welcome to the Signatures and Finisher podcast. I'm your host, DS Wall. And yes, what you just seen, one of the worst intro videos that I ever created, but it came from my mind, but it didn't come out the way I planned it to come out. For some reason, I said I was riding the motorcycle. Jamie was on a motorcycle. Then somehow, somewhere, we both end up in a Ford Mustang Black. Now, see, the thing is, his Mustang was supposed to be purple. I was supposed to be in a Ferrari. We end up in two Mustangs, two separate. We supposed to run through the glass. The door open for us. We supposed to be knocking down pictures and everything. Never happened. And then on top of that, those two guys. That's not even me and Jamie. I don't know who that is. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. But don't worry, I'm working on it. I'm gonna fix it up.
I have faith in you that you're gonna clean it up. But
no,
you remember you gotta send it to the Q&A guy first. You can't just say, "Hey, I made something. It's terrible," but you're gonna see it.
Yeah, I did it so everybody can make fun of us for 8 seconds.
Okay. As long as you had a reason. So
yeah,
also right now your name is under my video and my name is under your video. So
yeah,
we're running it real high level right now.
Man, we on point. But again, next time you see the show, we're gonna work these kinks out. I'm about to yell at some people. But it's gonna get done right. Trust me on that one, because I'm not a perfectionist. But if I want things done the right way, I want it done the right way. But because I know I'm stubborn, I'm gonna enlist some help. Maybe from AI this time. Yeah. Again,
well, you know how to fall on your sword.
Yeah. I messed up. That's all I can say. I messed up.
Okay.
Hey, it was good for fun for 8 seconds. 8 seconds for was that same from Edge and Christian with the camera?
No, I don't remember. That's going way back.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome to the Signature and Finisher podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share our show. And remember, Jamie is not here just to show up. He is here to entertain you guys, okay?
Am I?
Yes, you are. And it's amazing how this past week I got a phone call from Jamie, of course. He was like, "Man, why didn't you tell me I sound like a douche?"
That was yesterday. It's the first time that I actually decided to listen. It's the first time I actually decided to listen to the show after we did it. And,
you see what I'm saying? This man has a show and he decided to listen to his own show for the first time. How is that? How is that?
What? I'm not so vain that I need to hear myself talk. But I was like, oh, it popped up in the car. You know, I was cruising back, coming back from Dearborn, a place that I hate. And I was like, oh, it's right at the top there. Let me click on it, listen to it. So I got all the way through, I think it was last Tuesday's show, up to the point where we were talking about Chelsea Green, and I'm like, I don't sound anything like that when I'm talking. So I think you've messed with the modulator or something.
No. I think you did. With nothing. I didn't mess with anything. That's you, bro. That's you. How did I sound, by the way?
You still sound the same. That's why I was annoyed. That's what annoyed me more than anything, is that your voice didn't change.
Hey, man, I look. We do these shows, we talk, we laugh, we don't cry, but we have fun. You know, your voice gonna change.
No, at some points it sounds like I have a lisp. Never had a lisp in my life. But like I hear words come out and I'm like, it sounds like I have a lisp. What's going on? So yeah, I was a little annoyed in the car yesterday.
Oh, okay. But again, this man has a show and this is his first time he listens to his own show.
I'm not so vain that I need to hear myself.
I understand. Look, like, for example, like, am I the only one who knows that when I do a YouTube short and I haven't done one in a while, so I think I need to get back to doing something? The Our YouTube Shorts be one of the top on YouTube? You haven't seen it? Yes. Yeah.
I click on those, but I don't like listen to myself. This time I was in the car driving, nothing going on 94, just listening. And I'm like, that doesn't sound anything like how I sound when I'm just talking to people, not being recorded.
Yeah, so he just listened to my boring, deep voice when we do the show. That's what he's telling me. I don't know why. Jesus.
I'll get better. I'll get 1% better every day for 100 days.
1% better?
1% better every day.
20% better every day. Okay, for example, has your mom listened to the show?
I guarantee you she hasn't. No, I take that back. She probably actually has. She would have no idea what we're talking about, but I'm pretty sure she probably has.
Okay, has anybody in the family or outside the family listen to our show?
100%.
Which one?
Outside the family? A couple of dudes I work with, I know for a fact have watched it.
Do they like the show?
They find us entertaining.
Fuckers.
They find us entertaining.
Yeah, I said it loud.
Which means, no, I totally agree. They're fuckers. It's probably just because we sound like asses and they find us entertaining.
Like ads?
We sound like asses. Because we've known each other for so long that it's more of just us talking than actually like doing a show.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I said that.
I mean, it's been like 24 years, something like that.
That's a very long time. Longer than that, actually.
I was going to say, it might actually be longer.
It's probably close to the 30 years.
Actually, yeah, it's closer to 30. That's getting scary.
So, yeah.
It's been like 28 years, actually, now that I think about it. It's been like 28 years.
Yeah, it's close to 30. Has any one of them even subscribed to the show?
A couple of them I know are subscribed because they got mad at me and they said, you guys say you do the shows on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but then sometimes you're doing a show on Monday, you're doing a show on Sunday. And so they're mad that we keep like changing dates. And I was like,
I can't help my work schedules mess up.
I was like, hey, people got lives. I said, if you remember, 1 week we only did one show in a week because I had stuff going on with the baby. The baby was new. We were trying to figure everything out.
And we still trying to figure things out. My work. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen.
You're getting a little too worked up right now.
I have a job where my work schedule varies. So majority of the time, we're going to do on Tuesdays and Saturdays. But understand when life happens, we might have to skip a Saturday, do a Sunday. Sometimes we'll have to skip a Tuesday, do on a Monday. There might be a point in time where it might just be me and Jamie be on vacation with the family somewhere. Or for example, my anniversary coming up in September, Jamie will have to do the show by himself while I'm on my anniversary with my wife. Or
don't tell people that ahead of time because now they're just not going to listen.
Just like for them, my birthday coming up in July. And that Tuesday, we're going to do a show. But that Saturday, your boy ain't going to be here because I'll be there enjoying my birthday. So we won't do a show. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I doubt it.
We can go live on something and just do it.
Yeah, we might. You know what I'm saying? It depends. But again, Jamie has a consistent work schedule. He his own boss. He calls his shot.
It's true.
He's the Michael Jordan whole situation. He called his shot. The man, if he's sick, he like, look, give me the ball, get out my way. Okay, cool. You got it. Me, I can't call my shot yet. I'm working on that. Really working.
So I can subscribe to the show.
Yeah, just subscribe back to the show. Then you might see us more often. How about that?
If I get paid to do this show, I would do it every day.
Well, Jamie, you know,
I can rant about stuff long enough to fill up a week's worth of time consistently.
I know you can. But, you know, for us to get paid, we need everybody to subscribe and like. We got a target. We got to hit to make that happen. And don't worry, we just started, so it's going to take some time to build this up. But I'm just saying, you guys can't support us. But let's talk about another day, because apparently Jamie don't like his voice, and he like hearing my voice. So I want Jamie to do more talking.
Yeah, I got my solution to this whole likes and views and subscribers thing. Before the show, I was playing Marvel Rivals. Haven't played it in a year, so I have to brush up. But I'm working on this Michin thing. I'm going to get a game with Michin, and as soon as I get that game with Michin, and invite her on the show. That's going to be our in.
You're not even going to warm it up. You're not going to butter up right away, are you?
No.
You're just going to go right for the key. You're going right to it.
Right to it.
Damn.
So I'm brushing up. I haven't played it in like a year and a half, basically since it came out. So I'm rocking Penny Parker right now, getting caught up, play a little Venom, and going right at it.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe we can get Keith Lee. Might get us some AEW guys.
Yeah.
Maybe we get B-Fab on the show. Not going to do a lot for us, but it might.
I seriously, it might do a whole lot for us. You never know. We might get her Jade and Michin on the show at the same time.
There you go.
And then we're talking about language.
There you go.
Because
I'm working on
it. And I'm gonna let Jamie do the interview.
I'm working on it. I gotta brush up. I'm doing pretty good so far. Played like 5 matches today. Crushed it. So
have you challenged her yet?
No, I have not. I gotta make sure I'm 100%. I gotta get back to where I was when it first came out. So
okay. Do your thing, my brother. I'm not hating on it. I just want you to succeed and maybe get the interview and score some wrestling tickets.
It means we have to go to a
just
WWE
doing it just
event,
for interviews, not to watch the actual show. Just do interviews.
Like, we can't even talk about wanting to go to WrestleMania next year, because there's no way. If you couldn't get me to go to Vegas for the last 2 years for WrestleMania, there's no way I would ever show up in Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania. This is going to be the most depressing WrestleMania ever. You just muted yourself or something. Nobody can hear you. You're a mime right now. So anyway, while
I was saying,
there you go.
I was saying, until my faulty equipment here, I'm a glass half full type of guy when it comes to these type of situations. So I would never say never, but not saying we don't have a price, because we can't not be bought. However, if we say, if it's going to be a SmackDown, I don't know, if it's not in Saudi Arabia, let's say if it's in Italy or London or back in the States, you can show up for that.
I'll show up anywhere besides Saudi Arabia, if that's all we're talking about. Like, I'll go wherever. You just keep that whole section of the map crossed out and I'm good. If it's in Italy, all day. UK, all day. Scotland, all day. If they ever get the balls to go to Japan, 100%. And then I'm not leaving.
You're going to have to leave.
Nope. They're coming with me.
Oh God! Oh man!
Make my home in Tokyo. That's it. Plant the flag. Done.
It's amazing how you made that decision. You ain't even talking with the wife. It's like her opinion don't even matter at that point. Now we here. No, we here. Don't even worry about we here. We not going anywhere.
Because she simply knows if she just says that ain't happening, then it's just not happening.
So she do.
Doesn't mean I can't sneak away. Oh, she definitely still got some say so. Doesn't mean I'm still not making a trip to Japan. I just won't bring her. Then I get more leeway. So if they could do like a WrestleMania in Japan, I would make like a 2-week event out of it.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Gives me time to do what I need to do.
This is one of these off-topic conversations that makes us so famous. He said 2 weeks in Japan. Not a week.
Things to do.
So wait. So let's hold on. So let's take a deep dive into this. I see this is going out. This is getting out of hand right now. So forget about it. So let's see what's in Japan. PlayStation.
Yeah.
Sega Genesis, right?
Sega's still there. Yeah.
What else is Japan? New Japan Wrestling, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Stardom.
There's a lot of wrestling to watch while I'm there.
Mm-hmm. Well, Street Fighter's not based in Japan, is it?
Yes, it is.
It is. Mortal Kombat.
Nope.
Chicago. It's not. Okay. Because I've never been to Japan. I've seen it on TV. It looks kind of sweet, look kind of fun, things to do.
Now you see, you're making my point.
It kind of gave me that vibe of New York City a little bit.
New York City, but brighter and more festive.
Yes. But for 2 weeks, man,
I got things to do.
Yeah, that's a pretty long time. You gonna run into Godzilla or something?
Maybe, you don't know. Maybe I'll be in the new Godzilla movie while I'm out there. You don't know.
That's filming right now, by the way. That's like, see, when you say 2 weeks, Jamie, and because I know you've almost 30 years, 2 weeks to me sound like, yeah, I'm going house hunting. I'm going to plant, like you say, you're going to plant your flag right there. And you're going to be like, what? You say you want a house?
I mean, I can tell you that I can get a roughly 3,000 square foot house for about $140,000 in Japan right now. Don't ask me why I know that.
Oh, I know why you know that, because you looked it up.
I look it up on a regular basis.
I bet you do. Wow. This is like...
It's one of my great pastimes. I could tell you the neighborhood I would even move into.
Oh, God, come on, break it down.
I'm not going that far.
Break it down.
But there's some very, very nice areas outside of Tokyo.
Yeah, you'll be living next door to Carl Anderson.
I could have some wrestling friends out there.
I bet you do. That's amazing. 2 weeks in Japan.
2 weeks in Japan. All day.
Next day.
No hesitation.
No. Wow. Wow.
If WWE does an event in Japan, I will be the first person to buy tickets in the U.S. And that would probably be the only reason I would go to a WWE event at this point.
If they go to Japan.
If they went to Japan.
Okay.
Other than that, there would have to be a very, very specific reason why I'd go to a WWE show right now.
Oh, I'm quite sure WWE can give you 100 reasons why. They ain't told you yet.
Oh, I can name off a bunch of reasons that would get me to go, but...
Wow. Well, hey, just make sure those tickets are for 2.
Of course.
Yeah. I got my passport ready to go visit Japan. Not to live, but to visit, definitely. But as I say that, he can be like, so what I did was I bought 2 houses. Really? In Japan? Who's the second one for? Well, I made a deal with Sony PlayStation. We both got to move to Japan. Oh, thanks for telling me.
Not that big of a gamer, but maybe.
Oh, please. If they put the right offer on the table, you can be like, well, the Shine's got no, he has no point now. He has to come.
Well, I'm sure people are tired of hearing about my travel plans to Japan if they ever need to come to fruition.
Yeah. He's praying for it. So
I am 100%.
100% know that. So speaking of praying, Raw wasn't too bad of a show yesterday. I said it wasn't too bad. I ain't say it was a great show. I'm saying it wasn't too bad. I don't mean it was a good show, great show. It just wasn't too bad. The one thing I could take away from Raw was that they advanced some storylines yesterday. Maybe it's the storylines that we don't like. Maybe it's the storylines we find confusing, but they advanced some. Yesterday we had Dom Mysterio versus Oba Femi. Oba Femi, of course, beat Dominic Mysterio. And before then, we had Liv Morgan with the Danhausen to put a curse on Oba, and it just didn't work. In fact, I don't think Danhausen put the curse on Oba.
No, he didn't. He made his demands. He said that he wanted to be on like the next music video. He wanted to be on like some magazine cover. He needed human monies. He pulled out his jar of teeth, said he needed more human monies, and.
But I'm just saying, Oba still won.
Yeah, because he didn't curse him.
That's what I said. He didn't curse him.
Yeah, I know. You said I don't think he cursed him. I said no, he didn't.
It's the same thing. I don't think he did, but I think. Well, I don't think the WWE put themselves in a tough situation here with this one because they're trying to be a little mystique and a little. Not too obvious, but they try and throw us a wrench. But we can't. If you know Triple H booking his style, you can't figure him out and what he's trying to do. He's trying to tease that Oba Femi is going to do double duty at SummerSlam. And the reason I say that is because the last 3 weeks, what do we see, everybody? We see Oba Femi mention Brock Lesnar, calling him out any chance he get his hands on the mic, calling out Brock Lesnar, talking about he ain't conquered the ruler, he beat the ruler, he can't conquer this mountain, yada yada yada. I don't know the whole line. If the WWE gonna play this out, because Friday we're gonna see Jey Uso versus Javon Evans. If I'm gonna do this right, I'll have Javon Evans beat Jey Uso, but we're not going to see that. We're going to see Jey Uso versus Oba Femi because WWE don't want to change. What do you say? What they say about change? About the money, the merch, and the moment. Who's the biggest guy for the moment, the merch, and the money? Jey Uso. Why? Because he got
LA Knight would have been way better.
Yeah, Javon Evans would be a better match because we see. What did I say a long time ago? We seen Javon Evans versus Oba Femi down NXT. It was one of their best matches in NXT. One NXT better matches. The WWE is telling us that Oba Femi is going to go over. They're also trying to tell us that Brock Lesnar might come back and cost Oba Femi the King of the Ring. And if that happens, if you're the WWE brass, man, Triple H, would you want Javon Evans to go over, or would you want Jey Uso to go over? If you have Javon Evans versus Roman Reigns in WWE terms would destroy Javon Evans. But let's say if you have Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso, and you're getting a returning Randy Orton at some point. Jey Uso can probably go there and be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown. We know the WWE love this bloodline storyline in which nobody really is not into it.
The only way people are going to get into it, like last night, was if the whole thing felt forced with the whole bloodline segment. It's like trying to show how loyal Jacob is to Roman now, even though they were just advocating to have him fired off the show, like doing a complete 180 that fast. And Jay, same thing. He was the most loyal out of all of them, and now he's getting all some sort of way because the Ula Fala, like they're doing 180 reverses at the drop of a dime, and it makes no sense. Realistically, if you want to get people interested in this, it has to be something extreme. At this point, Jey Uso has to win the King of the Ring. And at that point, the dissension between Jay and Roman starts to build even more. Jacob gets involved attacking Jay, which puts Jimmy in a spot, which pushes Jimmy and Jay to leave. So then Roman's got Jacob. Jay has to go get Zilla. Because you need somebody that's going to be... Jimmy ain't going to beat Jacob. You need somebody that's on that same level, which would be Zilla. Solo might get involved on Jay's side. He might get involved on Roman's side. It would make more sense for him to go on Jay's side, but then that puts Roman short. But that's really what you'd have to do. And unless they're going to bring in more Samoans and more Tongans, there's just not enough of them to make it interesting at this point.
Hey, let me ask you something here. Have you noticed that the WWE's been saving Tama Tonga? They ain't really been using them.
Yeah. Tama Tonga, Shinsuke, all those guys.
No. I mean, yeah, but I don't want to, not them, just specifically Tama. Because you know they've been using his brother Tala, but they haven't been using Tama. Let's say that they do have another Bloodline Civil War, separate any of the family. Let's say they try to rewrite this whole story and do it right. And we'll get back to the over part. You got Roman, Jacob, the Usos, and I'm going to say Solo. What if Tama Tonga joins Roman because him and Jacob are boys? And then if you bring Tama, you're gonna take Tala. You gotta think about it.
True. But at the same time, it's not the bloodline at that point. You'd have more people that aren't bloodline than people that are bloodline. Like, it was okay when Sami Zayn was there because he was the comedy, he was the joke of the group. Or R-Truth before that, when they were never letting R-Truth in, but he wanted to be a part of it. But if you let in Tama and Tala, you now have just as many members that aren't bloodline that are in the bloodline.
Well,
so they could do something like that. And honestly, they would have to, because like I just said, there's not enough actual bloodline members to have something. You got to keep in mind, we're coming up on Survivor Series.
Yeah.
So they've got to have their big team group match that they always have. So that's where all that would culminate at. But Zilla has been very vocal. He's not talking to anybody else. He's just waiting for WWE. And he's on that Jacob level. He's probably better than Jacob, realistically. And he's a lot younger.
I don't think he's better than Jacob, but I do believe he will have more success than Jacob. Because he's younger.
Yeah.
And because he could do a lot more than what Jacob is doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
So on that part, yeah. I mean, like for example, we see Roman whisper something to Jacob. We don't know what he said to him. And then when Roman came out and said, what the bloodline was in the ring. And he basically said, good. We don't need no yes men. But yeah, when he said that, if you got the Usos, it's like, really?
Mm-hmm. That's why they keep changing the narrative of the entire story week after week. And the entire bloodline story, if you look at how it started again with Roman winning, it makes no sense whatsoever. It's the most incoherent story ever told. Because it was all leading up to Roman. There was that whole Jay was turning into a heel. Jimmy's the one that was, oh man, you sound like Roman, doing all that kind of stuff to back him down. And all this were anti-Roman to Roman wins the title, and they just immediately fall back in line. Jay becomes his most loyal supporter, and then they get Jacob in, and now Jay's all pissy about it, and he's the one that's snarling and smirking and everything else while they're out there doing the segments. Like, there's no reason that there needs to be a light switch. There was nothing that caused it to be a 180, but they're pushing a 180. Just like Roman's now back to, I need everybody to do the work for me.
I think we will end up seeing is that we're going to see a heel faction of the bloodline. We're going to see a face faction of the bloodline.
Yeah, it's going to be the NWO all over again. It's going to be stupid.
Yeah. and nobody ain't want to come up to that. Hey, the Bloodline's like the NWO.
Yeah,
they gave everybody the blueprint how this gonna work. But I do believe we're gonna see a heel faction Bloodline and a face faction Bloodline, and then we're gonna see them on separate shows, but they're gonna come together on both shows. If you know what I'm saying, like you're gonna have a Raw faction and you're gonna have a SmackDown faction, but they're gonna intertwine both shows. That's not gonna keep that feud going. Now everybody want to know is that, hey, how's Rock gonna play in this? We don't know. We don't know if he's gonna be involved.
I was gonna say The Rock hasn't given any indication that he gives two shits about what's going on in WWE.
Of course not. Of course not. I think the last thing The Rock wanted is what he got when his daughter walked away.
I think everybody should probably have it in their best interest not to even bring up The Rock.
Because he doesn't want to be part of this.
No.
He likes, you know what? I'm not even gonna say that part. I just kind of think he likes where he is right now when it comes to the WWE. I'm on the board. I'm good.
I don't think it's that, because he took their most important story at the time and literally gave everybody, the fans and everybody included, a big F you by just saying, oh, nope, I'm stepping away. My part's done. No,
you sure it was the fans
opened.
Or Triple H?
I think it was everybody. He'll say, no, it wasn't like that. He felt that his part of the story was told. No, you literally left the story with a gaping wound that they couldn't close. And the reason that he's probably not involved is because Triple H still works there.
Yeah, but it also comes to show you that at the end of the day, he was right and everybody was wrong. Just putting that out there. But from that standpoint of Oba Femi, when I think he's going to end up doing double duty, we might potentially see Oba wrestle Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. If he wins, then we might see him wrestle Brock Lesnar. I'm just saying.
There's no way they're going to let him touch Roman Reigns right now.
I'm just saying, like, they're booking themselves into that situation.
No, they're not.
They haven't picked a side which way they want to go in this direction with Oba.
Oba's just screwed. That's what people just need to, like, you just need to accept that he's screwed. If they have Oba win the King of the Ring, it's just to deflate him. He's not going to beat Roman. They're not going to let Roman lose right now. If Roman loses right now, the power that they're trying to build up with the bloodline completely dissipates. Unless they would use that for Jay to try and take over or Jacob to try and take over. Roman's still too over. They're not going to risk. I mean, look at Cody. They keep putting the title on Cody because they're too scared to build anybody up. They're not going to let Roman lose right now. And if you put Oba in a position where he's going to be forced to lose to the two biggest, physically, like the two largest guys you have in the company in that short of a time, what kind of threat is he?
No.
Exactly. So Jay has to win at this point. Javon Evans doesn't pose a threat to anybody.
No. But I do believe a win would do wonders for him than do for Oba.
Yeah, but they're not going to let Javon Evans blow up bigger than Trick Williams. That's just not going to happen.
Even though he should.
Javon Evans it's cute. It's fun. He's got a fun style. Trick Williams is selling merch. At the end of the day, that's what matters.
Yeah, we'll both go.
You muted yourself again. Let's see how long he keeps talking. You muted yourself again. Now you're muted. I see your little icon. Unmute yourself.
I hate
there you go.
Damn thing sometimes. Like when I try to make an adjustment to my microphone, they get muted.
Yes, Javon sells merch, but he doesn't sell trick level merch.
Right, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and so they're not going to let Javon Evans get bigger than Trick Williams. I'm honestly surprised that Trick isn't still in the tournament. This whole King of the Ring has been an absolute disaster from beginning to end.
Well,
putting Oba Femi in it doesn't do him anything. If you were smart, you would have had Brock come out and interrupt him in the first round of the tournament. Or you would have had them all gang up on him to where he couldn't move forward. I personally wouldn't have had Brock come out because Brock just won. Brock wouldn't need to come out. But I would have had him, all three of those guys, just like they did to Royce Keys. They all ganged up on him to take him out, and then that's it. He's got a clean way out of the tournament. You can push the story between him and Brock, and you could put somebody like a Trick Williams in there or something like that, because Obafemi's fine. Like I said, I'm the one that put you on Obafemi years ago, but he's not Trick level entertaining.
No. He's fine. But the thing, the problem I'm seeing is that we've been talking about for the last month or so is that they're putting all their eggs in their basket on Obafemi and on Trick Williams. That they completely forgot about all the other younger talent that they're supposed to be developing. Prime example, right? Prime example. And I know we was going to touch on the Judgment Day women anyway. There is no chemistry between Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. It's awkward. It's weird. It's like, what are we doing here? They tried to push this story so bad that by the time that when Roxanne actually turns on Liv, it's not going to mean anything, because everybody know that, man, this should have happened months ago. Like, she should have left when Finn left.
The Judgment Day is the worst thing in the WWE right now, because it's the thing that just doesn't die. I don't even think the people that are in the Judgment Day still want to be in the Judgment Day, because none of them are doing anything to put a Judgment Day story together.
They're not. You don't have a credible superstar. And I'm not discounting. I'm talking about from a men's perspective, not from a woman's perspective. I mean, Liv is a huge star.
And even then, you don't need to have a huge star, but like, what storyline has the Judgment Day actually been a part of? They're in a faction of themselves. They're not competing against. It's the same problem that the Wyatt Six had. They had nobody to compete with. And then WWE, we released them because we felt that their run had just expired. You didn't do anything with them. They had MFTs. You didn't develop any of them to be solo stars. Yeah, they had the tag team titles because you had nobody else to give them to. You let them sit on that. Yeah.
You had Nikki Cross, who had singles wrestling experience and success, and you never used her.
Did she wrestle one actual match in that character?
Yes.
She did?
One.
I was going to say, I don't remember it at all. I just remember her getting involved.
That was early on.
Okay. So I clearly just missed that one. But
you blink for 5 seconds, everybody missed.
But you didn't do anything with Bo Dallas. I get it. He was hurt for a period of time. And what happened when Bo Dallas was hurt? They took them off TV completely.
Didn't need to. You could have used Alexa Bliss, but no, you stuck Alexa Bliss in this terrible tag team. That the whole purpose of that tag team was to get people to like Charlotte Flair. They saw when she came back at the Royal Rumble and winning, the fans turned on her immediately. They clearly were not prepared for that. So they had to go into emergency mode. And who's one of the most likable people that we have on the roster that the fans absolutely adore? Oh, Alexa Bliss. And she's Brack. Fans are going to love it. So it did its job. They got the fans to like her. They don't have a problem. Why didn't you move her away from that? Because that tag team has stagnated. They're not doing anything. Charlotte's doing some stuff. Alexa's not. Doing some single stuff.
Yeah, that's my whole point. Like, Alexa's not doing anything. Charlotte is. Alexa's not. So why didn't you move her over to Wyatt Six and actually build something up with that? But that's how you unravel all of this stuff. It's the butterfly effect, and WWE is terrible for it. One thing goes wrong with one person, everything unravels.
It also goes back to is that they never want to change their stripes. They never. It's like they do the same formula over and over and over and over again. And shout out to Naomi and at that time Mercedes Moné actually exposed all that. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It don't make no sense. And shout out to Karrion Kross, who told us as well. Shout out to Matt Cardona early on told us this. Everybody been saying this, but nobody want to pay attention to it. I do. What I hate about this whole thing is that I don't need Oba for 3 weeks or even next week or the week after. I don't need him to continue to call out Brock Lesnar. For what? I don't need him. Let Brock come back when he's ready to come back and take out Oba. I don't need Oba trying to poke the beast. It shouldn't be Oba chasing Brock Lesnar. It should be Brock Lesnar chasing Oba. Just make it look bad.
Well, they need to have a reason to have Brock come back. Because again, Brock shouldn't need to go and attack Oba because Brock won the last match.
He did.
It should really be Oba attacking Brock, which means you need to have a reason to have Brock come back.
So let's say if Oba has a title around his waist, that'd be a nice way to bring Brock. Think I'm gonna go leave my family for a couple of weeks to go take this title from him. I'm not saying the word. I'm not saying the Roman's title. I'm saying a title.
I mean, they could make it honestly as simplistic as Paul Heyman comes out, has Lesnar come out, and says, "I'm retiring at SummerSlam. Oba, if you want your rubber match, get your ass down here. Let's sign the contract and go." Honestly, that's probably the way they should do it because any storyline that they come up with is going to be terrible. Because let's face it, it's the WWE. And ChatGTP just does not give them good ideas. So, quite honestly, if Brock really is going to be done at SummerSlam, it's in Minnesota. It's his hometown. If he really wants to call it a wrap, that's all I would do. Have Heyman and Lesnar come down, say, "I'm retiring. I'm officially done at SummerSlam. Oba, if you want this last match to see who the better man is, let's do it." And just call it a wrap.
Well, if you ask Brock, technically he is retired.
But at the same time, like, it doesn't make any sense for Oba or for Brock to go and attack Oba. Now, WWE will probably tell them to do that just because they're not creative enough to do anything otherwise, which means Brock would attack Oba and either have him lose the finals of the King of the Ring tournament or have him lose next week. But I don't see Oba wrestling Roman because they're not going to let Roman lose right now. There's just no way they're going to let him lose.
That'd be catastrophic.
If you didn't let him lose to Jacob in the combat match, you're not going to let him lose to Oba Femi.
Yeah, that's true.
And again, at the same time, then what do you do after Oba wins and beats Roman? You've said, okay, this guy's beat Brock and this guy's beat Roman. Cody Rhodes is really going to be his downfall? Like, come on. So what do you do with him then? You call Braun Strowman and say, "Hey, we need you for like 6 weeks to do a program with Oba so that we can make him look like a bigger guy." Okay, so then he beats Braun Strowman. Then what do? There's no King Kong Bundy. There's no Vader. Like, you gonna go find Hammerstone? Like,
yeah,
I
mean, shoot, they at that point right now. They don't got nothing for him. Even when he does fight Brock one last time, and after that, it's like
they need to treat him honestly, since they didn't put the title on him immediately. They need to treat him like a special attraction. He just needs to be the new Omos.
No, I stick by what I said. Put the IC title on. Let me fight Penta. Win it. Hold it. Go to WrestleMania or go to Royal Rumble. Win that and see what happens. By the way, before you answer that and continue, I really like our studio. I hope we do get a studio like this. I'm up here looking at our walls and our logo and everything. It looks so sweet, man.
It's very WWE. I think we need to vary it up a little bit, but other than that, it's solid.
Well, that's just a background. I'm just saying, when
I like
get our studio like that, we will decorate it the way that we like it.
Absolutely.
Because I already know on your side, I'm gonna see a lot of Michin and Julia and EO.
There you go.
Oscar.
Just say.
I'm gonna see a lot of those figurines, posters.
I will go find a Dawn Marie figure from back in the day and a Velvet Sky figure from TNA.
And on my side, it's just gonna be titles.
Yeah, your side's boring. I need to find a gorgeous George doll from like the 90s.
I'm just saying, like, I don't need to because you're gonna have all the figurines. I just have
exactly.
So I don't need to have my side with figurines. You're gonna have them all.
I'll just have it like my room when I was a teenager. Just have it like the whole wall is just gonna be posters, even on the ceiling.
Your side, or we just had a mural paint of whoever on the ceiling, on the top of the ceiling, and they're going everybody looking like, who is? Oh, well, that's what it is.
When I have my chair kicked back and I'm staring at the ceiling, I need something to look at. Do my best thinking that way.
Yeah. I can't wait. I just had to add that in. And it's the simple fact that I showed you a picture of the building that I'd like for us to have one day, and it matches the exact colors of the studio and everything, and it's your boy can dream. Again, when it comes to Oba, and we're going to end it with this one, it just what you said. You can either make him a special attraction, or you just get him the IC title and let him start wrestling everybody, because we know his skill set level from NXT. That's all I got to say on that one. I want to get away from WWE because we'll come back to it. So breaking news yesterday, I forgot around what time, was that former TNA wrestler Tessa Blanchard has asked and was granted her release from TNA. Now we don't know why at that time she wanted her release, but she's not the only one. I think they released someone, was it like 2 weeks ago prior to Tessa. Then last week it was somebody else. This is kind of like major news, because Tessa Blanchard once upon a time was one of the biggest women's wrestlers in the world. She made some questionable decisions, questionable statements, questionable stuff, and she was out.
She was the TNA heavyweight champion. Like, that's how much they thought of her.
Yes, she was that.
Apparently, it's because of her promotional commitments with CMLL. That she couldn't make it all work. So they let her go.
Yeah, so you right. So it said the report, this is from Fightful Wrestling. This report comes from after rumors that TNA didn't want wrestlers appearing in CMLL, which was only Blanchard, with a special deal due to WWE ownership of competing Lucha Libre company AAA. According to Dave Meltzer, also picked up on this, and he has something to say about it. He said the release of Blanchard on the topic of the WWE AAA TNA CMLL AEW rumor, he added, Tessa Blanchard appears to be caught in the crossfire of the wrestling promotion war. Basically, TNA doesn't want a wrestler on their TV working deal working for a CMLL.
Yeah, I mean, they call it a war. It's a one-sided war. Like, it's all WWE, because WWE can't compete with anybody. That's the problem. They're too scared to compete. So the more dominance they can assert by not having anybody compete with them, the better it is for them. So if we can lean on TNA and say, we own AAA, you can't let any of your guys work for any Mexican promotions unless it's AAA and we allow it. Okay. And what did she value more? She valued CMLL more than TNA. So that should tell you something right there. Like, TNA's cute. It's nice. Is it ever going to do anything? No. The only thing that they're ever going to do is when they finally decide to just sell out completely to WWE.
TNA, and let's be honest here, because it's already been leaked. TNA is about to be bought by the WWE. The WWE at any point in time can buy TNA. Is in their contract, and there's a set price for them to buy TNA. If you look at their TV deal they got with AMC, that was done by who? WWE. The WWE is going to buy TNA. What you just seeing is one of the few many steps of what they're doing. They're getting rid of certain talents that they don't want part of their promotion. They don't want controversial people. Now you said that DS, but what about CM Punk? Yeah, but CM Punk made good. CM Punk has been a loyal soldier.
Well,
CM
it's because
Punk
CM
has
Punk can't make money doing anything else. He tried to be a
right.
fighter and he got destroyed twice. So all he has left is pro wrestling. And he wasn't going to go wrestle in Japan on a consistent basis. So he basically had to make good. He tried to do AEW and then he couldn't keep his mouth shut and couldn't keep his hands off people either. So, there's that whole thing. Even though on the second one, I side with him on the Jack Perry thing. But yeah, once you burn that bridge, all you have left is WWE. So he has to keep his mouth shut. He has to go fall on the sword for the comments he made about Saudi Arabia and all that kind of stuff. And he did. So that tells you what kind of backbone he has.
Yeah. But, it's weird that TNA, who was a standalone their own promotion for years, are now taking orders from the WWE.
Well, because it's one holding company being told what to do by another holding company.
And remember, it's sad that, matter of fact, why is Carlos even in charge if he's gonna take orders from WWE? What the WWE is doing, the reason why they bought TNA, and I truly believe this, is because they want Leon Slater. They have no interest in any other TNA wrestler but Leon Slater and Mike Santana.
Let's put it this way. When WWE buys TNA, the best you could hope for is that they go on life support like Ring of Honor is with AEW. Realistically, they'll probably shut the whole thing down.
No. Realistically, what they're going to do. All those wrestlers be seeing NXT, there is a reason why I be seeing a crossover. All those superstars down in NXT who need somewhere to go, they're going to go to TNA. Why? Because TNA is going to be under the WWE umbrella. Steve Macklin was let go last week. He was asked and he was granted his release from TNA.
They're not going to keep TNA around. TNA is currently averaging a .02
on AMC. Yes, I know.
On AMC. They're not going to keep that around.
No.
So, like I said, the best you could hope for is that they go the way of Ring of Honor, where they're just a complete afterthought, unless you're an absolute diehard for Ring of Honor wrestling. Or they're just going to absorb the contracts they want to absorb. It's going to be WCW all over. We own the rights to anything TNA. If you want to go back and watch the TNA Vault to watch the great AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe matches, got to go through WWE. That's all they want. They want the old catalog because they know there was a period of time where TNA, if they would have done things, a couple things different, they could have overtaken WWE. The first couple of years of that Ruthless Aggression era were absolute trash. And that's when TNA was on fire. Mm-hmm. But they made some bad moves. They got involved with Hulk Hogan and Bischoff and that whole thing and bringing in Kevin Nash and a lot of those guys that screwed everything up. All the identity of TNA was taken away by those guys.
Oh, 100%.
So that's all they just want the library. They want a couple of the wrestlers and they want the library.
Yeah. And they're going to disband the whole company. I mean, so Myla Grace, Steve Macklin, and Tessa Blanchard all has asked and was granted their release from TNA. Again, Mike Santana, his contract is coming up. He's in WWE's interest in Mike Santana. We already know how the WWE feels about we already know how the WWE feels about Leon Slater. I mean, they basically at TNA is taking cues from WWE on how to use Leon Slater. Why? Because they want him. And if they want, and before they sign him to WWE, they're gonna buy TNA. And what they're gonna do, they're gonna convert everybody from TNA's contract into WWE's contract. And by this time next year or the year or whenever they buy them, you're gonna see all those guys and women gonna get released, except for Leon Slater and Mike Santana.
I was going to say, you're giving them way too much credit. This is going to go the exact same way WCW did. They're going to keep like 5 guys and everybody else is getting released.
Well, I should say that I believe Mike Santana will already be part of WWE before that happens. Because his contract is coming up soon with TNA.
I can't do it.
Leon Slater might be the only one. There might be a few women in the women's division that will
the
be.
The women's division doesn't need anybody else right now. They're way more stacked than the men's division is.
No. But hear me out though. If they smart, you got all that good talent down NXT. Keep TNA. Send all those guys and girls from NXT. Send them TNA. You did the crossover. Use TNA as you're using AAA.
Yeah.
Because it
makes. But again, AAA is at least pulling in some ratings. This show's averaging a 0.02. Nobody's watching TNA. Yeah. And honestly, TNA hasn't given you a reason to watch them. Mike Santana has the
TNA champion.
The personality and the charisma of a wet paper bag. Like, it was great. When they were LAX and Ortiz was around, they were great. As a solo wrestler, like, I get it. You want to reward him. He's been around for 25 years, whatever. Really? This is your champion of your company? Like, how is Moose not your champion? At least Moose has something to offer. Santana's just there.
But I got to give Santana a lot of credit. I mean, he made himself to a good singer wrestler. I mean, he got away from the tag team and became his own man, doing his own thing, doing this by himself. And yeah, he took a lot of criticism.
A lot of guys do that. Shawn Michaels did that.
Yeah. But if you look at his body of work, have you ever thought Santana was going to be a singer wrestler?
No, but I don't think anybody wanted him to be a singles wrestler.
No, they didn't.
There's difference. When you see Montez Ford, people want him to be a singles wrestler. When you saw Shawn Michaels back in the day, you wanted him to be a singles wrestler. I don't think anybody looks at Santana and says, that guy, that would be the guy if he was a singles wrestler.
You might be right. Nobody probably did not want him to become a singer wrestler. But this man did what he had to do. He became a hot commodity when he left AEW. I mean, he did the indie.
You really are the glass like 90%.
Well, no, because I look. There's a lot of wrestlers I had kept up with who left big time promotional companies. And Mike Santana was one of them. I can sit here and say Tony Khan did not want him to go. But I also say that Tony Khan probably want him to stay in the tag team division with Ortiz. They didn't like each other anymore. And with Santana, it's like, I did everything in the tag team division. What else can I do?
Right.
He took a gamble and bet on himself and said, I can be a champion. That I can do this on my own. This is my road that I want to create and pay for myself. And he did it. It's the same thing with Matt Cardona. Nobody in their mind want to see Matt Cardona to be a single star because we all know him as Zack Ryder. Long guy like see woo woo. And whoever's, I forgot who's tag team partner was, but nobody think Matt Cardona was going to be a big time hit that he was in the Indies. We knew Cody Rhodes because of the name. We know Karrion Kross is because his body of work. We seen him in NXT. We knew he was going to be a champion. We didn't think that about Matt Cardona. And we sure didn't think that about that Mike Santana. But he did it. Now this guy finna be a WWE superstar, and he gonna sign the biggest contract of his life.
Oh, don't be putting the cart before the horse.
He's gonna make more money in the WWE than he made in TNA. That's basically what I'm getting at. What I'm saying is that the guy betted on himself and he won. Because none of us did not want to see this guy as a singer wrestler. We didn't think he had that potential to be a singer or be a main eventer.
If he's smart, he'll try and go back to AEW.
He's not going to go back to AEW.
I know he won't because he's too prideful and Ortiz is still there. But anybody that's looking at WWE at this point, you have to look and say, look at all these guys that are most likely way better than me that aren't being utilized. And on top of it, Santana has no personality. So it's not like you even have like the mic or merch sales that you could potentially have behind you. Like, you're just there. you're going to be sucking air immediately to the point they're like, oh, you're still here? Guess what? You're released now.
And not hear me out on this one. I mean, look, if Jey Uso and Sami Zayn can get a push for a title, I think
Jey Uso has nepotism at his side.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, they put a rocket on him, they shot him up. They're gonna do the same thing with Sami Zayn, or they did the same thing with Sami Zayn, and they're gonna take it to another level with Sami Zayn. All I'm saying is that if you can do those with those two, if you do that with Kofi Kingston, if you can do that with Kane, then you can do that with Mike Santana.
You gotta remember who was in charge back then.
Yeah, I know Vince McMahon.
And you gotta look at who's in charge now. A bunch of people that don't know anything about wrestling except for one guy, and he's proven that he doesn't have the golden touch anymore.
Who, ChatGPT?
Exactly. Triple Jet GTP.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, you know, sky's the limit for Mike Santana, but it's, to me, like for you, you're a businessman, you're a business owner. If you're in a partnership with another business, there is no way you're going to sit there as a man, take orders from another company to tell you how to run your company.
But they are.
I know. I'm saying, but you wouldn't. I'm not saying.
No, I wouldn't. But
you're not going to sit here and tell me how should I utilize my top employee.
I've also taken a long time to get here because I am the first one to tell people to F off.
Yeah.
That's why it took me so long to get here. It had nothing to do about how good it was. It was, I don't put up with that.
Right.
But TNA has already proven they're going to bend over for whatever WWE says. You're upset that one person on your entire roster was wrestling for CMLL? Like, come on. One person? Does it happen to be one of the best women's wrestlers in the world?
Yes.
Yes. Was it you're scared of her drawing attention? This is going to draw more attention for her in CMLL than anything. If you would have just let her keep doing her thing, she would have built her base like she always does, had good matches, and it would have been, it is what it is. We acquired TNA. Guess what? You work for WWE now. So now your CMLL stuff is done. And then WWE can send her down to AAA. They could keep her up in, you know, SmackDown or Raw, whatever. But now she's just going to go in, and you already know the kind of attitude she has based off of her past things she said and past actions. She's going to have a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah. And the whole point in it is, my whole thing is, she was your women's champion. I don't know if she was at that time, but she was one of your elite women wrestlers. She was your women's champion. So just imagine if she was your women's champion at that time.
She held the men's heavyweight title in TNA.
Yes.
Like, it's not just the women's title. She held their number one title.
Right. Just imagine let's imagine if she was still the women's champion. She goes to CMLL carrying your title. And she is so good that she would draw more views and eyes to your company on AMC just to see her. CMLL didn't have a problem with if she was their champion and she wrestled on TNA and she won good matches. Why? Because everybody who watched her is going to turn around and watch her on CMLL.
Yep.
It's not
WWE is just, it's all short-sighted thinking. They don't want competition. I mean, even under the great Vince McMahon, Undertaker's done interviews about it. Bret Hart's done interviews about it. Godfather's done interviews about it. Guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make payroll next week. Like, they were that close to going out of business during the Monday Night Wars. Like, it was that real. Vince McMahon did a lot of gambling. WWE would have went out of business if WrestleMania 1 wasn't the hit that it was. The company would have folded. He's talked about it. Like, the dude got lucky along the way a lot of times, but he at least took chances and he tried to adapt. Was he slow? The reason WCW got bigger than WWE is because Vince was so adamant about having characters all the time. Everything was character work, to the point that you had the Brooklyn Brawler dressing up like a walking baseball. You had another guy called the Goon that basically dressed up as a hockey fan to come out. You had Gobbledygooker. You had Bastion Booger. You had all these terrible people in the mid-90s, and you wonder why WCW all of a sudden overtook them. Because you had Macho Man, you had Hulk Hogan, you had Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Kurt Hennig. Like, you had all these personalities that could just go out and be a personality and not have to play a character per se. And then you get all the way down to the company's basically about to go out of business, and hey, why don't you just go be yourself? Go be yourself. And then you get Triple H. Then you get Stone Cold Steve Austin. Then you get The Rock. Then you get Kurt Angle. You get actual personalities that can legitimately go in the ring, that can tell a story. And look what happens. Everything turns around. 3 years later, you're buying the company that almost put you out of business. But
yeah,
Vince, he's very stuck on character work. And he took a lot of chances, and it paid off. WWE now doesn't take those kind of chances. Like we were talking about before the show went on. Hey, I have this really good idea, this bloodline thing. Now, how can we implement it the most half-assed way possible? Is that not what I said? Because that's basically how they go into things. If they have a good idea, they half-ass it. And if they don't have a good idea, it's their chat GTP stuff that they're using to put out stories. But yeah, they're going to do everything they can to eliminate any sense of competition imaginable. And that's why this WrestleMania thing next year, I hope it blows up in their face. And if I'm Tony Khan, I'm sitting here right now basically planning the biggest wrestling extravaganza that I can come up with and trying to lock down as many people as I possibly can from every promotion out there. That's what I would do. Because right now, they're hurting in the ratings. We've already talked about it. You can look it up yourself to see they just had the worst Raw that they've ever had since they were on Netflix, viewer-wise. And one of the worst Raws they've ever had, period. SmackDown ratings are completely in the toilet. This company's hurting, and they're hurting bad. And AEW's ratings are steadily going up week over week. So they have a prime opportunity to really step on them right now, and next WrestleMania could be the opening that they need. And that's why I keep telling people, if you want good wrestling, you need to support something other than WWE. Because WWE has shown you for years they are perfectly fine with going with the bare minimum. And now they're giving you the bare minimum with jacking up the cost of t-shirts, jacking up the cost of tickets, jacking up the price of the video game itself, everything that they can squeeze out. And then you have the president going out and saying, oh, well, you know, we're perfectly fine doing this because MLB is shown on all these different streaming services. Why can't we do this? Why can't our cost of our tickets be this amount when basketball costs this much? Like, pro wrestling is still very niche. It's not a widely accepted thing. So the fact that they're delusional enough to think that they can be charging the price of what an NFL game is, or that they can spread their project so thin across streaming services, like I still don't pay for the WWE network or the ESPN thing, and I never will. Because personally, I just want them to lose money. So if I have to go and sign up a free trial every single time there's a PLE and go to Fubo like I do every single time, I will do it just to spite them because it takes me 30 seconds to make a free account and not have to pay to watch it.
You know, by you not supporting him, you're not supporting EO or Mia.
It's true. But there are so many people out there that are buying VIP tickets that are supporting them in my place. I don't feel bad.
You should feel bad because they want you to support them legally.
I do support them.
Legally, Jamie.
I support them going to another company. I will gladly buy tickets. I will do whatever I need to do to watch them.
Yeah.
Or the simple answer is they sell the company to somebody that has somewhat of a soul. And if there was one person, like there's a couple people in the world that I really want to slap, but I would take my time and do it with a passion to slap the shit out of Mark Shapiro.
I don't think nobody has a soul anymore. Like I just found out when I was found out yesterday that Fox bought Roku.
Yeah. Roku's going to become a subscription service.
Yeah.
I like how they hide it too. Fox bought them. No, Disney bought them. Because who owns Fox? Disney.
Oh, wait a minute. Disney owns ABC, ESPN, all them.
How do you think they got The Simpsons? How do you think they got the X-Files? How do you think they got all the Fox shows? They bought Fox years ago.
Ooh, Disney?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. Because if we talking about years ago, then we talking about these. It gotta be over 30 years ago.
No, they bought them like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Oh, let's see.
I'm about to blow your mind.
Back in
March 20th
2019,
of 2019.
yeah,
71
so
billion.
they officially acquired the bulk of 21st Century Fox Entertainment assets.
Yeah.
So they didn't completely buy.
No, they didn't buy the television studios because who wants to buy that? They bought everything that was actually worth money.
Hey,
they bought their catalog of everything.
I would have bought the television studio.
I mean, if you want them, have at it. But yeah, they bought everything of value from Fox, essentially. But yes, Roku is probably going to end up turning into a subscription service now.
Yeah, I'm going to hate that. Damn.
I never watch Roku, so.
Hey, question for you here.
Okay.
Now, we've seen the pictures floating around of Montez Ford and Seth Rollins, everybody making a big deal about it. They wearing all white. Yeah, that's like you and me making a picture like that. Matter of fact, that might be a good idea. But the way things are heading for the Street Profits, what D'Angelo Hawkins did come back this past Monday. The way things are heading, can we sit here and say yes or no? Do we think that the Street Profits and Seth Rollins might become a faction at some point?
I mean, you kind of have to hope that they will, because the Vision has run unopposed. If it wasn't for all of their members getting hurt, like almost simultaneously, the Bloodline has basically run unopposed. WWE loves making these factions and then never have anybody to have them go against.
Of course,
it's like, of course, we've got this faction, but we're going to take two guys and we're going to have them compete in the tag team division, and this guy's just going to be over here doing some solo stuff. But it's nothing ever relevant. There's never like what was it? Even go back to like the NWO days, Wolfpack versus NWO, or NWO versus Team WCW, or anything. They've got to have somebody to go against another faction. Like the MFTs versus the Wyatt Six, as bad as it was, that was basically because it was a bunch of wrestlers nobody cared about because you didn't do anything to build any of them up.
Yeah. So the Bloodline do fight. They do wrestle. They wrestle each other. Let's get that out of the way. They wrestle each other. And the only time they wrestle somebody outside of the family, they lost.
Yeah. But it's like they love putting people in factions and then not doing anything with the faction itself. Like, look at Judgment Day. Judgment Day has been around forever and hasn't feuded with any other faction.
No, what they did, but you know what they did, though? They actually worked together with the Bloodline. And I still, to this day, don't understand how that happened, where you have Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Rhea Ripley, and you telling me that they're going to work with the Bloodline? Because
I still love that Karrion Kross is the one that came up with the Judgment Day, and they're like, hey, Edge, we're going to pull you into this because your character doesn't have anything to do with anything like this, but we're going to put you in it. And Karrion Kross, you're going to go sit over here with that creepy, weird mask that Vince wants you to wear, and you hang out over in the corner with your hot wife.
But that was Vince McMahon's doing. Some
would say that. Some say it's a Triple H thing.
No, but think about it. That was Vince. Because when Triple H took over the first time, he got rid of that stupid mask and the whole gimmick.
Oh, you're talking about the mask. I thought you were talking about the Judgment Day. Yeah, the mask, no. That was 100%.
You're right.
That was Vince.
And then when Vince came back, that was when the Judgment Day started. And that's when he put Edge in. And Karrion Kross like, but damn, that's my idea. Yeah, go sit in the corner.
You built this dude up to be an absolute monster who in real life is a legit absolute monster. And then you bring him up and have him debut like he's going to some weird sex orgy with this weird outfit on and this weird mask. And you want people to take him seriously.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm still mad Karrion Kross isn't in the WWE. Because you know who would go up well and would outwork the shit out of Obafemi? Karrion Kross. You know who's just as big, if not bigger, than Roman to throw Roman around? Karrion Kross.
Yeah, but
and you know who can actually go in the ring? Karrion Kross.
Yeah, but you can't. He doesn't make them money, so therefore
he could if they actually used him in an effective way. Which he was pitching, but we're going to give that to Edge. Then when we kick Edge out of the group, we're then going to put Finn Balor in charge.
Well, no,
we want it to be the Bullet Club, but we're too scared to use anything Bullet Club related, so it's just still going to stay the Judgment Day, and it's going to be a biker gang now.
Now remember, there are no leaders in the Judgment Day.
Yes, there are no leaders.
I just don't know.
Because that's always proven to be a good way to do things. Have an organization that doesn't have a defined leader. Always leads to success. Always.
So let's put a bow on this because.
Oh, you want to wrap it up real pretty?
It never happens. And that's a good thing. Because I don't know.
You said we were wrapping it up like 15 minutes ago, so we're still going.
No, in my mind, it was like.
You were just checked out?
No, I ain't checked out. In my mind, it was like, yeah. Once we actually start talking about wrestling, it was like, damn. But once we start talking about Jamie wants to move to Japan, Jamie got ideas for 2 weeks in Japan, that was great. And then once we started talking about the bloodline, it was like, man, these guys suck.
It's true. The bloodline is just a draining conversation. That's why I think about doing the show and I'm like, we really just got to pivot to just hardcore New Japan talk or hardcore CMLL AAA talk.
It's
because WWE is offering nothing positive to talk about.
It's like, so I watched the other shows, right? And I'm addicted to MLW because I just watched the Matt Riddle Karrion Kross match. That was a great match.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit here and I'm breaking it down. I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this show any justice because we talk about WWE, we'll sprinkle in some AEW, which I do love. But then if I talk about MLW, I don't think nobody's gonna know about MLW.
And that's the problem. I don't want to talk about WWE. It's terrible. And it's not necessarily the wrestlers themselves that are to blame. I mean, some of them, are they living up to what the characters and stuff are? No, they're not. But they're also not given a lot to work with, so I'm not going to hate on them for it. But yeah, if we talk about MLW, how many people are going to watch this show if we're talking just MLW or Maple Leaf Pro and Major League Wrestling? We can't. We got to talk about WWE so that we get people to watch the show so that we then can go into other shows and talk about them. And the other problem is having a kid takes up a lot of time. So I've recorded the last 6 weeks of TNA, haven't watched it. Last 6 weeks of I haven't watched any Collision. I caught 2 Dynamites. I just don't have enough time to keep up with it. Now, if I'm getting paid to do it,
okay,
I'll watch all the wrestling there is. But that's the problem is we have to talk about WWE because that's what primarily everybody watches. But it's terrible. And I probably sound like one of the biggest WWE haters out there. And to a certain degree, I hate the management, just to be clear. I hate the management and organizational structure of WWE. I hate a lot of what WWE stands for. I hate a lot of how they treat the talent. I don't hate the wrestlers. There's a lot of wrestlers that they could get, released and it wouldn't faze me in the least bit. But I still support them.
Mm. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pay Jamie to do the show. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Don't worry about your boy. Going to figure it out. And I won't be robbing no banks, so stealing from nobody. But I'm going to come through about 8 bags of money. I'm going to be paying Jamie every week, every day to do the show.
I would still do the show. I do just talk to you, if anything. When you pitched on doing the show, I was like, well, we always talked about doing a sports show together. And being that I basically don't watch sports anymore because they're more scripted than WWE is at this point.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't hear you come on the show because you don't watch it.
I do watch, sort of. No, I still watch basketball, but then I find that I'm starting to get too mad, and then I turn it off. because nobody knows how to play actual basketball anymore. And yes, you can go into the rule book and say the gather step has been allowed since 2009 and blah, 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 blah. Like that whole juke that what's his OG put on Wemby. It was a travel. He gathered the ball. He put 2 hands on the ball. But everybody's putting it like it's a highlight reel move. And I'm like, he traveled. It's the definition in the rule book of a travel. He put 2 hands on the ball. But yet everybody wants to celebrate him for this great juke on Wemby. See, there you go. You got me talking about it.
Yeah, I know. So that be the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday, we're going to talk about a wrestling show. And Jamie's love for sushi.
I do love sushi. Best sushi I've ever had was in Anaheim, by the way. In 2018. I remember the day. It was that good. I remember the day. August 28th, 2018. I got pictures. The table was just loaded with sushi. It was me and my guy Jason Hall, and we cleared out like this entire table of sushi. It was ridiculous.
Oh, man.
Drinking Sapporo, eating sushi.
Your AEW tomorrow, watch MLW and Maple Leaf. Make sure you watch your wrestling. Remember, make sure you watch the show. Like, subscribe, and share. Yes, me and Jeremy do go off topic 95% of the time, but we do tell y'all some wrestling stuff.
It's authentic, though. It's not scripted.
Yeah, it's very authentic. And to all those other podcasters out there who does wrestling.
Stop stealing my shit.
He said it, not me.
I started looking at some of your guys' stuff, and I'm like, I said this 3 weeks ago. Stop watching my shit and give me some credit for it.
Yep. That's our today's show. And we will catch you guys another time, another place. And
same bat channel.
Yeah. Same bat channel, bat time. And watch Jamie hop on the blah, blah. Watch Jamie hop on the motorcycle and the car at the same time.
Oh. Let's get this started.